If angels are in your house, you might not realize it at first, not because the signs are loud, but because they show up in small, ordinary moments that most people overlooked. Maybe that's why you clicked this video, because somewhere in your heart, you've wondered things you never say out loud. What makes a home spiritually different from others? Why do some houses feel peaceful the moment you walk in, while others feel heavy? Is it possible that Allah fills certain homes with angels, even when the people living there aren't perfect? And if so, how would you even know? These are questions Muslims think about but rarely talk about openly. Questions that come from a place of curiosity, fear, hope, and longing all at the same time. So this video isn't about superstition. It isn't about dramatic claims or strange stories. It's about something far simpler and far more beautiful. The real, subtle signs mentioned in Qur'an and Hadith that show when Allah's mercy, protection, and angels are visiting a home. Once you begin noticing these signs, you won't look at your home or your daily life in the same way again. Let's begin. Sign 1. When Qur'an is recited, angels draw near. Sometimes angels visit a home in moments that don't look spiritual at all. It can be as simple as someone deciding to open the Qur'an after a long time, reading a few verses before sleeping, or playing a short recitation while getting ready for the day. The Prophet taught that angels come close to a place where the Qur'an is recited and Shayāṭīn leave it, meaning, whenever the words of Allah are honored in a home, that home is receiving a kind of protection and blessing that isn't always visible, but it's real. For many people, this is something they do without thinking too deeply about it. But spiritually, it means the environment is being watched over. It means your home is not empty. It means Allah is sending tranquility through His angels, even if the day felt stressful or the heart feels distant. Angels being present doesn't make life perfect, but it creates a space where the heart finds fewer obstacles to guidance, where scenes feel heavier, and where mercy settles more easily. That is the meaning of this sign. When Qur'an lives in a home, even in small amounts, Allah gives that home a layer of unseen protection and calm that you cannot buy or force. Sign to a home where dua for others exists. Another moment that brings angels into a home is something most of us rarely think about. Making dua for someone else, not a long dua, not a dramatic one, just a sincere moment where your heart turns to Allah and says, Ya Rab, bless them, guide them, give them ease. The Prophet taught that when a believer makes dua for someone in private, an angel replies, Āmīn, and for you the same. Think about that for a moment. How many of us actually make dua for others? Not in front of them, not to impress them, but quietly, secretly, from the heart. If an angel is saying Āmīn for you, you don't even need to imagine the rest, because when Allah accepts a dua, the entire direction of a person's life can change. And this is the part many of us overlook. That small, sincere dua doesn't just bless the person you prayed for, it blesses your own home. It brings an angel into that moment, making your request and repeating it back for you. What does that mean for the house? It means there is mercy being asked for you without you even realizing. It means your home is becoming a place where goodness is exchanged quietly. It means support is being written for you in the unseen, even when you feel like no one on earth notices your effort. Dua for others creates a home where angels witness sincerity, and sincerity invites a type of protection no wall can provide. Sign No. 3. A home where harm is avoided by Allah's permission. There are moments in life when something almost goes wrong, but doesn't. A small accident that doesn't happen, a mistake you were about to make but something pulls you back, a decision that could have hurt you, yet you feel held from it without fully knowing why. Most people call these moments luck or coincidence, but believers know there's no such thing. The Prophet said that angels protect a person by Allah's command, not in a dramatic, supernatural way, but through quiet moments of safety that you only understand in hindsight. Think about how many times you were about to speak in anger and something in your chest stopped you, or the time you were rushing and a delay protected you, or when you were about to take a step you'd regret, and Allah placed a barrier you didn't expect. These small protections are not random. They are a sign that the home is not spiritually abandoned, and that Allah is placing care around you in ways you don't always recognize. What does this mean for us? It means Allah's protection is closer than we think, especially in homes where there is even a little Qur'an, a little dua, a little sincerity, a little effort to keep the environment clean from major sins. A home doesn't need perfection to receive protection, it just needs honesty in trying. And when that effort exists, angels by Allah's permission become part of the unseen safety surrounding your life. Sign No. for a place where prayer happens with sincerity. There. Another sign many Muslims experience without attaching meaning to it. A space where salah is performed sincerely, whether it's a quiet sunnah, a moment of wit, or a few rakat prayed in the late hours, becomes a place angels do not ignore. The Prophet taught that angels stand with the believer during prayer and say Āmīn with them. This isn't limited to any specific setting. Any place where sincere prayer rises to Allah becomes honored by their presence, and sincerity doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't require long recitation or intense emotion. It simply means the heart is genuinely turning toward Allah, even if the prayer is brief. Most people overlook this. They think only dramatic worship attracts divine attention, but often it's the quiet acts to rakats before sleep, witr prayed alone, or a small prayer made after a heavy day that carry the most blessing. And when prayer like that exists, something subtle is happening. Your space is being lifted. It's not just a physical place anymore. It becomes somewhere your heart feels steadier, more grounded, more aware of Allah. Sincere salah invites a kind of unseen support that follows you outside the moment of prayer itself. Decisions feel clearer, hardship feels less crushing. You move through the day with a sense that you're not navigating it alone. Wherever sincere prayer lives, Allah sends support, and part of that support is the presence of angels. Sign No. 5. When certain sins become harder to commit, there is a kind of protection Allah gives that many people overlook. A sin you were once comfortable with suddenly feels uncomfortable, not after you do it, but before. You open your phone to do something you know you shouldn't, and your heart pulls back. You start a conversation that could lead somewhere wrong, and something in you hesitates. You're on the verge of repeating an old habit, but it doesn't sit the same anymore. This internal resistance isn't from you alone. It is said that angels encourage good and warn against evil, while Shayāṭīn push toward sin. So when wrong becomes harder to step into, it's a sign Allah is placing protection around your choices. Most people misread this moment. They think they're changing on their own, or simply getting older, or losing interest. But spiritual protection often begins quietly. The heart tightens before the act. The mind becomes more alert. The feeling of guilt appears earlier, and the desire weakens without you understanding why. And when this happens repeatedly, it's a sign of angels' influence. Your nafs doesn't get the same freedom it used to. Temptation loses some of its pull. You step back from things you once ran toward. This is not perfection, it's a mercy. It means Allah is guiding you away from harm before harm even reaches you. When a person experiences this kind of shift, it's one of the quiet signs that the unseen around them is helping them, not testing them. Sign 6. When barakah quietly appears in your routine, there are times when life feels tight, yet certain things start working out in ways you didn't expect. Not big miracles, just small forms of ease that don't match the effort you put in. A task you thought would take hours finishes smoothly. A day you expected to be stressful ends up lighter than planned. A conversation you feared goes better than you imagined. Or your income, though limited, somehow covers more than it logically should. Believers know this kind of ease isn't random. The Prophet said that when angels are present, tranquility and mercy accompany them. But it's important to remember something clear. Angels don't act on their own. Every form of help, protection, and barakah only happens by the permission of Allah. Angels are simply carrying out what He commands, nothing more, nothing less. And mercy often shows up as barakah, blessing that enters the small corners of your life. It doesn't mean your problems disappear. It means Allah places support where you least expect it. Clarity in a decision, strength during a task, patience in a rush, or unexpected help at the exact time you needed it. Most people overlook these moments because they're subtle, but spiritually, they are a reminder that your life isn't being left unattended. Barakah isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It simply makes heavy things feel lighter and chaotic moments feel more manageable. When blessing appears in your day, despite stress, despite pressure, despite limited resources, it's a sign of Allah's mercy and angels carrying out His command in ways only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Sign No. 7. When a space is cleared from what pulls you away from Allah, there is a quiet shift that happens when a person starts removing things from their life that pull the heart in the wrong direction. Not because the space becomes perfect overnight, but because it stops being weighed down by what was harming it. Sometimes it's as simple as deleting certain content, letting go of a habit that kept feeding the nafs, or removing something that made you feel distant from Allah. Small changes done quietly, without announcing them to anyone, and you can feel the difference in ways that are subtle but real. Your thoughts feel clearer. The guilt that used to sit heavy starts to fade. Your heart becomes a little more open to good. You find fewer excuses to avoid what you know is right. This isn't spiritual magic. It's mercy becoming easier to receive. We know from authentic teachings that certain things prevent angels from entering a home, like images of animate beings and dogs. What we can take from that principle is simple. Anything that creates distance from Allah creates a harder environment for spiritual peace, and anything removed for His sake opens the door for tranquility. But even then, the clarity must stay firm. Angels don't act independently. Any blessing, lightness, or protection they bring happens only by the permission of Allah, who sends them as part of His mercy upon the believer. When harmful things leave your life, Allah replaces them with calm. When you shut the door to something He dislikes, He opens a quieter door to something better, a space that tries to stay sincere for. Allah is a space Allah does not leave empty. When you look at all these small signs together, they remind you of something many people forget. Allah never leaves a believer's effort unnoticed. Even the quiet actions, the private changes, the small moments of sincerity, they all create a space that Allah surrounds with mercy in ways the eye can't see. And a part of that mercy is the presence of angels, not as beings who act on their own, not as forces with independent power, but as servants of Allah who only carry out what He commands. The Quran makes it clear. They do not disobey Allah in anything He instructs. They cannot sin, cannot rebel, cannot choose differently. Every role they play in your life is by Allah's permission, and every blessing they bring comes from Him, not from themselves. So when your life becomes calmer, when certain sins feel harder, when barakah appears quietly, they are all signs that Allah has taken care of you, and that He has sent protectors who carry out His mercy exactly as He commands. If any part of this reached you today, leave a simple dua beneath this video. Ya Allah, fill my life with what you love. Someone out there may say Āmīn for you. Until then, take care of your heart, and Allah will take care of the rest. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.